Hey guys, it's Catherine with Naptime Alternative, and I'm here today for my August 2019 Plan With Me video. Now, if you're new here, then you should know that what I normally do in these videos is I talk a little bit about what's been going on with me over the previous month, and then I dive right into planning the upcoming month. However, this month I am going to do things a little different because I have fallen so far behind on digital planning. I am about 3 weeks behind in my memory keeper, and a lot of things changed in July. If you saw my July Plan With Me video, I filled in all of my dates, and a lot of those dates changed. More events came up, more appointments happened. So I haven't even updated that calendar to reflect how the month actually turned out. And if you know me or if you watch my channel, then you know that I'm all about memory keeping, so I like my calendars to be accurate. So instead of talking about what happened in July, I am going to show you guys how I'm going to go back into Procreate and edit my July calendar, and then I'm going to start editing my August calendar. If you want to skip around, you absolutely can. Just check out the video description down below and I will post timestamps to everything that I cover in this video. That way you don't have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to, because these videos tend to get a little bit long. So I'm already in Procreate here. This is my July 2019 calendar, and like I was saying, several things changed. So unfortunately, I merged quite a few layers together. So this might get a little bit tricky, but we ended up not leaving for Destin on the day that we originally planned. We ended up leaving on the 15th rather than the 13th, and then we came home on the 19th rather than the 20th. So I am going to make sure I'm on the layer with these right here, and I'm just going to erase. And I'm just going to keep this vacay sticker here because it fits perfectly, and that's when we were gone. Okay, so on July 23rd, I had a dentist appointment. And then on the 30th, I have a hair appointment. I'm really excited about it. I'm actually kind of nervous. I haven't dyed my hair in over 10 years. I was 18 years old the last time I dyed my hair, and I'm 30 now. But slowly, like since my early 20s, I've been getting more and more gray hairs. My roots aren't gray, it's just gray strands of hair. And I've noticed over the last year, especially when I'm in the sunlight or unfortunately in my office, which you guys are going to see in my upcoming studio vlog, my hair looks gray. There's so many gray strands that it makes all of my hair look gray, even though most of my hair is still brown. It's just I have several gray strands in it. So I'm getting my hair not completely dyed. She said she could do some kind of treatment that the dye will only stick to the gray strands or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about hair dye or whatever, but it's supposed to be really close to my natural color but cover those gray strands so I don't look like I have a gray head of hair at 30. Not that there's anything wrong with gray hair, but at 30, I just feel like I don't want to have gray hair yet. Okay, so there are all of the dates that I needed to go back and fill in and that I needed to erase. So now I'm just saving this to my camera roll, and I'm going to bring it into my July section. So this was what the calendar looked like before I edited it. And now I'm going to erase what I have and then insert this new layout. So I erased what I had and then inserted this new layout and sized it to fit, and that looks great. So now I'm going to go into August. Normally in these videos, I start deleting the templates that I'm not going to use for the month, but I've already done that. So I already have my blank page ready to go. So now I am just going to go into Procreate, and I'm going to pull in one of the monthly calendars that comes with the Truly Yours planner. So what I'm doing now is I'm just covering these boxes that I'm not going to use. I place those boxes there for functional purposes whenever I design this planner, because I know most people do functional planning because duh, that's what planning is for. But for memory keeping, which is what I like to use this planner for, those boxes don't really serve any purpose for me. I mean, I could find ways to use them for memory keeping, but I just like having some freedom over there. Okay, so I'm going to bring in a sticker kit that is by Planner Pixie Co., and I will link to these in the video description. I have already saved them to my camera roll, and I'm going to go into Magic Eraser and erase the background. And the reason that I'm still going into Magic Eraser, even though somebody left me an amazing tip, which was that you can go into your blend mode on Procreate and you can select multiply and it will get rid of the white background for you. That is true, but I found that whenever you merge it with other layers that don't have the multiply blend mode selected, it'll bring the background back. And so I'm just erasing these backgrounds in Magic Eraser because now when I bring them into Procreate, I know they'll have a transparent background no matter what. So the multiply blend mode thing is a good thing to know if you're doing something quick or if you don't plan on merging that image that has a white background. It works great. But if you do want to merge that layer with other layers that you don't want to have that multiply blend mode, it'll bring the background back, unfortunately. So I'm just going to pull these into Procreate. And now that I have these, I'm going to color match this color scheme for my daily headers. And I'm going to place those headers first, and then I'm going to start placing my numbers. So they have a pink, blue, kind of an orangey yellow, and then green. So those are the colors that I'm going to match. And I believe I'm going to start with pink. So for my daily headers, I'm going to use a font that I've recently purchased, and it's called Francis. And I'll link to this in the video description. So I'm typing the word Wednesday for now because letter-wise, that is the longest day of the week. And I want all of my daily headers to be symmetrical to each other. I want them to be the same font size. So I'm going to base that size off of what works for Wednesday. Okay, so this is a good size right here. So now I'm going to change this to Monday. And now I need to color match. So to make things quick, I'm going to create a temporary color palette that I have no intention to actually save. So I'm not going to title it or anything. But I'm going to add this pink, and then I'm going to color match these other colors, and now I can just use it for my layout, but then delete the color palette when I'm done with this layout. Okay, so back to Tuesday. Now I can double tap that and change the color to blue. Okay, so I love that, and from what I can tell right now, everything looks pretty centered. So I'm merging my daily headers together. Sometimes when I look at things with fresh eyes, I realize that it's not as centered as I thought. So I can always move something later if I need to. So now I'm just pulling up my August calendar to see what day it starts on, and it starts on a Thursday. So that's where I need to start placing my numbers. So all of the numbers that come with this planner, they're so cute. They're right here. And I'm trying, by the way, to answer questions or to reply to statements that have been made in some other Plan With Me videos, if you haven't been able to tell that already. So the reason that I can't place all of these numbers all at once is because this planner was made by me and these stickers were made by a different company. So these were not made to fit this planner. They're not like a dated overlay. I know I have a video that explains how you can create your own dated overlay, and you can actually use stickers to do that. So if you wanted to for personal use, you could use this kit or any kit and make your own dated overlay for the planner that you're currently using. But I have not done that. So I'm gonna have to crop these stickers individually, and in order to get them placed where I want them to be placed, I'm gonna have to place them individually. So that's gonna take a little bit of time, but just like always, I'm gonna speed through that in this video. But I will explain what I'm doing for the first couple of steps and the first number or so. So I'm on my sticker sheet right now, and I just wanna crop out these numbers. So to make things easier, I'm just gonna grab all of these, even these little icons right here. So I'm going to my ribbon tool, and rectangle is selected. If rectangle isn't selected for you, you can just select it right there. And now I'm drawing a rectangle around the numbers, and I'm gonna hit duplicate. So now I'm gonna hide my sticker sheet, and I'm gonna bring my number layer down. I just like to go ahead and do that. I like my sticker sheets to be on top. So now I am going to deselect it by selecting this arrow and tapping this arrow again. So now I can drag these numbers to see if I like the size, and I actually want these numbers to be a little bit bigger. So with these numbers selected, I'm gonna select uniform and I'm gonna drag, and that's gonna keep all of the numbers proportional to what they're supposed to be. And I do think that I like this size right here. I like my numbers to be kind of big. I can't remember if I already said that. It seems like I just said that. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start placing the numbers 1 through 31. So this is how I do it. I duplicate the numbers 1 through 31 and then get rid of this layer. So instead of doing a rectangle crop this time, I'm gonna do a freehand crop. On Procreate, they also have an ellipse crop right here, which is a circle, and you could do that around the numbers, but I just feel more comfortable doing a freehand crop when it comes to circles, because I feel like, I don't know why. I just either do rectangle or freehand. I don't really like the ellipse crop for whatever reason. So I'm just gonna do a freehand crop around these circles. And since I did stretch these numbers out, when I zoom in a lot, they are a little bit pixelated. That's to be expected when you increase the size of an image rather than decrease the size of an image. But when you're zoomed all the way out, you can still read them and you can't tell that they're pixelated. And that is all that matters to me. That is completely personal preference, but that does not matter to me. And since I didn't resize them significantly, and since they don't look pixelated when I'm zoomed out, whenever I print my book at the end of the year, they'll print just fine. They won't look pixelated. Okay, so instead of deleting that original number layer, I just hit it for a minute, and I'm gonna make sure I have all of my numbers, which I do. I can actually just glance and see that I do. So now I can delete this layer that I've hidden that has all of the numbers and icons on it, because all I want right now are the numbers. So now I can start placing these numbers, and I'm gonna start with 1, which I said was on a Thursday. So I'm gonna zoom in, and I'm gonna make sure I'm on layer number 1. and I like mine in the upper right hand corner. So now I'm going to merge the numbers 1 through 4 since they're placed. I'm good with the placement and my top row is done. Sometimes this happens where I zoom in and then I can't find my sticker. So when that happens, I just hit reset and I try again. And there it is. All right, I just had one of those moments where I wasn't all there and I had forgotten. Normally what I do is I place the stickers in the boxes that they're supposed to go in, and then I place them in the corner, and that's so much easier than what I've been doing for more than half of this placement. So just bear with me. I'm very tired today, so I'm not thinking clearly. Okay, so those are placed. So now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my boxes that I don't need. So I'm doing that now. Okay, so I've got all of the joints, is what I call them, taken care of. So now I can make my brush a little bit bigger and I can just come through here and quickly erase these lines. Oh my gosh, I didn't erase the Wednesday box. Oh man. Okay, so I'm probably, oh my gosh, my hair, y'all. I had a strand of hair stuck to my hand. Cool. So anyway, I'm probably going to end up moving these down right here, but I'm not totally sure yet. So for now, I'm going to keep those days here and then see where this goes. So the first thing I know I want to do is I want to pull this August sticker right here because it's super cute. So I'm on my sticker sheet layer, so I'm just going to duplicate that really quick. And then I'm going to bring it down and hide my sticker sheet. And now I'm going to stretch this. And I know I was just talking about, you know, I didn't have to stretch those other things significantly, so that's why it works. And I know I'm going to be stretching this significantly, but it's all about what you're comfortable with. I'm still going to be fine with how this looks even after it's stretched a good bit. So I'm seeing on this sticker though, this has the daily headers that are made to fit the Erin Condren planner. So I'm just going to come through here and erase the top of those that I accidentally cropped. And I really need to watch out for this S because it's hanging a little bit lower than the actual background, which is something that I actually like about the design, but I just didn't pay attention when I initially placed it. So let's see some other stickers I have to work with. Let's see if there's anything that I want to do. Ooh, I love these header stickers, but I have no use for them. So crap. All right, those are really cute stickers, but I'm struggling to figure out how to use them. So I am going to move these daily headers down since I'm not using the stickers anywhere right here. So I just selected Monday through Wednesday, and now I'm going to turn on magnetics, and I'm just going to drag these down, and this blue line that you see across the screen, you want to make sure that's there because you know that it's centered with where it used to be. We just want to move them down. So now I'm going to deselect, and that looks good. And now I'm free to put something here above the days rather than underneath the days. So I'm probably going to end up putting the year right there. I'm going to think about what to put here, which is probably going to be the year right here, and then all down the side. So while I think about that, I am going to fill in some dates. I have a lot of dates for August. August is a big, big month. So the first date that I need to fill in is August 1st. So I'm thinking, I like the theme of this. I like how all of the numbers in the row are the same color, but I like how they don't match the daily header, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna keep with that, and I'm gonna make all of my dates in specific rows the same color, but they're not gonna match the number. I'm gonna make them match the daily header, and I think that will look cool. So my first appointment is Thursday, so I'm gonna use the green color, and I'm gonna use a brush by Holly Pixels, and it is the painted ink brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. She only sells her brushes in packs. You cannot buy her brushes as individual brushes, so that's just something you should know, because I do get questions about that because I recommend her brushes to people on Instagram all the time. So I will link to this brush pack in the video description. Okay, so there are all my dates so far. I'm sure more will come up, but I do like the theme of this whole thing and all of the colors and how they're being used. I really, really like it. I'm gonna check into this shop and see if they are one of those shops that sells like additional icon stickers that match their kits, because that would be amazing. I'm not sure if they are, but I'm checking into it. Okay, so I figured out the situation pretty much. Okay, so I purchased the Paradise Monthly Kit. These do not come with add-ons. They don't come with those little icons that I was talking about, but they have a matching weekly kit that does come with those little icons and little decorative elements. So I'm actually about to purchase this because it is super cute and I can use it in another spread, but I'm gonna use some of those add-ons in this spread. So I'm purchasing that now. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna grab is this sheet, and I'm just gonna go into Magic Eraser and erase that background, and then I'm just gonna grab the other sheets as needed. So now I'm gonna bring those in. All right, so the first thing that I'm actually gonna place is this washi. Okay, so now I'm gonna look at those little icons. I might actually just do a little freehand crop that is somewhat in the shape of a square and make it fit over here, because I think that would look cool. So let me do that. Yeah, I feel like that works. And now I can just write the year up here. So I'm thinking about if I want to write it or if I want to use this new font. This is another font that I purchased just this morning from Creative Market, and I forgot the name, so just bear with me. Okay, the font is called Bohemian Highway, but it's a font duo. So one of the fonts is called Bohemian and one of the fonts is called Highway. And once again, I'll link to this in the video description like I always do. It's a font duo, so one of the fonts is called Bohemian and one of the fonts is called Highway, and I'm using the Highway font. So now I am going to rasterize my text layer, and now I'm going to significantly warp it, and I know that that's what I'm doing, but I'm fine with it because I'm sizing it down, especially so it's not going to pixelate it. Unless Procreate chooses to bug out, then it might pixelate it, but it shouldn't. But I'm going to put this here. And now what I'm going to do, let's see, do I want to start with green? Yeah, starting with green, I'm going to draw over the top of this. So I'm creating a new layer above the 2019, and I am selecting clipping mask. I actually, before I do that, want to change this to black. I don't want it to be that orangey yellow color. Okay, so now I can go back to green. Okay, so there it is. That's my August 2019 calendar. Once again, I know I'll have to come back and fill in some dates, but yeah, I'm gonna just keep this in Procreate. I am gonna save it for now and put it in my GoodNotes planner, in the Truly Yours planner, but I'm still going to keep it in Procreate in case I need to come back and change anything or add dates, so I can always change it out and make my planner more accurate for when I get it printed at the end of the year. So I'm just going into GoodNotes now, and I need to pull up my toolbar and then zoom out. And I don't know why I pinch it so many times. I just really want to make sure it's zoomed out all the way. And now I can just stretch this to fit. And there it is. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more digital plan with me videos and digital planning tutorials. Check out the video description down below for links to everything that I use. There's a link to my Facebook group where you can ask questions or share your planner spreads. It's a really fun group. There's a link to my Patreon page, which is like a digital planning club where you get all sorts of exclusive bonuses each month. It's super fun. I organize my video description pretty well, not to toot my own horn, but it is pretty organized. So it's easy to find everything. You can also check out my website, naptimealt.com, where there's tons of planner related freebies that you can download now.